If you are in the market for a budget gaming motherboard with an Intel processor, then our selection of the best budget gaming motherboards is exactly what you need. We've done an extensive review of the top 3 budget Intel gaming motherboards, and we discuss all their key features and what things to consider before you pick the best one for you. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video from us. So let's get started. Price information and all motherboards mentioned in the video are available in the description. Number 3, MSI MPG B560i Gaming Edge Wi-Fi. The MSI MPG B560i Gaming Edge Wi-Fi should be on your priority list if you plan to build a small form factor gaming PC with 11th gen Intel processors. The B560 chipset is a mid-range chipset that does not support overclocking, so its offerings are budget-oriented as compared to the flagship Z590 chipset. Since it is a budget-oriented motherboard that doesn't support CPU overclocking, the VRM design is less important. However, it still should be able to handle power-hungry CPUs such as the Core i9-11900K. Thanks to a satisfactory 6+2+1 phase VRM setup, it should be capable of handling the 11900K at stock settings. However, due to the differences in their price brackets, it doesn't make a lot of sense to pair an overclocking flagship CPU with a budget motherboard with a locked multiplier. The Core i7-11700 or the Core i5-11600 or 11400 should be more appropriate pairings. The feature set of the B560i Gaming Edge Wi-Fi is actually quite impressive relative to its price tag. You get the option of 2.5 gigabit Ether LAN and Wi-Fi 6E, which are both welcome features in terms of connectivity. For storage, there are 2 M2 slots and 4 SATA ports, another great addition by MSI to this mid-range motherboard. For more budget motherboards, you can also take a look at the best budget X570 motherboards in a recent video we did if you're on an AMD system. There are some complaints, however. The audio codec in the board is quite mediocre, and the number of USB ports on the back might not be enough for some users. In terms of aesthetics, RGB lighting is missing from the board, which might be a bit of a letdown for some users. However, this board should be right at home in a workstation PC or a stealthy black gaming PC build. Overall, the MSI MPG B560i Gaming Edge Wi-Fi might just be the best B560 Mini ITX motherboard on the market. It's also quite affordable, so you should definitely consider it if you want to build a compact gaming PC featuring Intel 11th gen processors. To sum up what we like is the VRM design, the 5 gigabit Ether LAN option. It contains the latest Wi-Fi 6E and the high DDR4 memory compatibility. On the downside, there is no RGB lighting, mediocre audio codec, and only a few USB 3.2 ports. Our rating for VRM design is 7.5 out of 10. Features, 8 out of 10. Aesthetics, 8 out of 10. Value for money, 7 out of 10. For an overall rating of 7.5 out of 10. Number 2, ASRock Z590M Pro 4. Z590 is a high-end chipset, that's for certain. However, that does not mean that all Z590 motherboards need to be expensive. The ASRock Z590M Pro 4 is proof of that. This is one of the cheapest Z590 motherboards out there and might just be one of the best micro ATX motherboards on the market. For those of you not aware, this motherboard uses a micro ATX form factor, which is quite different from standard ATX. Micro ATX cuts down on some features, and that's why the Z590M Pro 4 is so expensive. With that said, it manages to nail the basics head on. Let's talk about the design first. The PCB is black and white, and this color scheme works wonders with the white aluminum heatsinks on this board. Speaking of which, these heatsinks can be found on one of the M2 slots over the VRMs and of course the chipset. Furthermore, the chipset heatsink also features RGB. In terms of power delivery, we have a 10+2 phase design that works wonders for a processor like the 10700K. While extreme overclocking might be a bit of an issue, no one is going to do that with such a cheap board. The fact that it can handle light to medium overclocking is a plus point alone. Apart from all that, the Pro 4 is an excellent Z590 option. It features a couple of USB 3.2 Gen 2 ports, decent overclocking on the memory, and a lot of storage ports. While it does lack in the Wi-Fi department, we can let that slide because of the price and abundance of features available here. To wrap it up, this motherboard is not quite for enthusiasts or overclock extremists. For someone who just wants a decent and cheap micro ATX board, pop in the CPU and get to gaming, this is a great option. It manages to punch above its weight for the price. Not bad at all. To sum it up, we like this motherboard because it's an excellent choice for budget users. It's decent looks for the price, the USB 3.2 Gen 2 ports, and the decent memory overclocking. On the downside, it has only dual M2 support, no built-in Wi-Fi or LAN, and the audio could be better. Our rating for VRM design is 8 out of 10. Aesthetics, 8 out of 10. Connectivity, 9 out of 10. Value for money, 9 out of 10. For an overall rating of 8.5 out of 10. Number 1, MSI Pro Z690A. The MSI Pro Z690A Wi-Fi is one of the best value and most reasonable choices for those who want to maximize their i9-12900K gaming experience without breaking the bank. This motherboard offers all basic features without compromise on performance, which makes it perfect if you don't need anything extra fancy but still want a flagship platform for your Alder Lake CPU. Since it is based on the Z690 chipset, the MSI Pro Z690A Wi-Fi motherboard is a great choice for users that want to overclock their processor without spending a lot of money. This Intel chipset offers maximum overclocking functionality, which is not found on other budget chipsets. In terms of power delivery, the MSI Pro Z690A is a great choice for modern overclocking, but if you want to do anything more than that, this board may not be up your alley. The 8+4 phase VRM is acceptable at best, but that's what you expect from a value-oriented Z690 motherboard. The VRM gets adequately cooled using large heatsink with several fins, however, you cannot expect it to hold up with competitive overclocks over an extended period of time. The Z690 chipset at this price point is an incredible bonus, coupled with the ability to use DDR5 memory and PCIe Gen 5 ports too. There are also 4 M2 slots for your storage needs, and the connectivity is handled by a 2.5 gigabit Ether LAN port as well as Wi-Fi 6E. One big drawback of the Z690A is that it only has 6 rear USB ports, which can get populated really quickly. We would have liked to see at least 8 rear USB ports for a bit of upgradability down the line. The MSI Pro Z690A has a rather dull and basic design, as it does not have any significant RGB lighting zones on the board. Since there isn't any other color or palette for added flair, it makes this board look last in innovation compared to its competitors. On the plus side, the Pro Z690A is a basic board that will save you from installing 30 different RGB software. This makes you build more stable and simple by eliminating extra programs such as lighting control panels or fan profiles required for customizing your system according to your taste. In terms of alternatives, the Asus Prime Z690P falls close in price to the MSI Pro Z690A. However, it falls short when it comes to the overall feature set. Moreover, the VRM design of the MSI option is superior, making it our pick for this spot. Conclusively, the MSI Pro Z690A is an excellent choice for those looking to purchase one of the best value motherboards for the 12th gen Alder Lake processors like the i9-12900K. It offers a variety of features and acceptable power delivery at an affordable price point, which is about everything you can ask for in a gaming motherboard. To sum it up, we like that it's very affordable, excellent networking, high value for money, and there are 4 M2 slots for storage. On the downside, there are only a few rear USB ports, there is no RGB lighting, and mediocre VRM cooling. Our rating for VRM Design is 8 out of 10. Features, 7.5 out of 10. Aesthetics, 7 out of 10. Value for money, 9 out of 10. For an overall rating of 8 out of 10. So what do you think? Which of these 3 is the best gaming motherboard for you? Or do you think another motherboard's better? Tell us in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Have an awesome day.